Appalled. Absolutely appalled. That's what some women are saying about how a candidate for Franklin mayor appears to have lifted their social media post to claim them as her supporters.
Gabrielle Hansen may not have thought anyone would track down the women whose photos she posted on social media.
But that is exactly what News Channel 5 chief investigative reporter Phil Williams did, and Phil discovered Hansen now has some explaining to do.
Welcome to the Gabrielle Hansen for Mayor of the City of Franklin campaign.
Gabrielle Hansen is a Franklin alderman and a candidate for Franklin mayor, a person who relishes her MAGA credentials, even posting a pic of herself at Mar-a-Lago. But if you believe her social media, she's also getting support from a diverse group of people. Here celebrating a vibrant and engaged community at a This Is Your Town meet and greet, and here expressing heartfelt appreciation to an executive women's club for their invaluable support and encouragement. Both bear the hashtags Franklin, Tennessee and Vote Hansen.
What do you make of this?
I honestly don't know.
This weekend, we tracked down several of the women in that image. The photo, it turns out, was taken 7 years ago in Chicago.
I'm right in the front with a little top knot bun and a little American flag sweater.
Do you support Gabrielle Hansen?
I do not. I actually do not know who that is.
This woman, her first name is April, asked us not to use her last name, but she was shocked by what we discovered. A second woman described the reaction from several of the women in the group as appalled. She added, "It's not true. It didn't happen." And everybody in that photo knows it.
So as far as you know, you have never even met Gabrielle Hansen.
No, and I have a pretty good memory. I keep a tight circle of friends and colleagues, and I think I would have remembered someone like that.
Leading looks like.
I think it looks like.
Instead of being an executive women's club, as Gabrielle Hansen claimed, the women in the pic had all been selected for an ad campaign for the women's clothing brand, The Limited.
That was a sort of brunch that we all came together just to celebrate each other and to celebrate the campaign.
Looking back through old photos, some of the women concluded that Hansen may have been part of the ad campaign, but they insist she wasn't at the brunch, and they never authorized her to use their images to boost her campaign.
I'm wondering how this person doesn't have photos of other friends or actual supporters. Like, it's a really far stretch to dig up a photo from social media from 7 years ago of just really was just a really delightful brunch of a group of women who had just met.
After some on social media noticed the pic seemed to have been taken at a restaurant in Chicago, Hansen posted an update on Facebook claiming, "These are all my friends that have relocated to Nashville, Brentwood, and Franklin, and they all support me." Again, the women say that's a lie.
I know some of those women are not located in the places that she named. Some of those women are still in Chicago and other parts of the country, but not Tennessee.
She's clad in an Elmo-themed drag outfit.
This year, Hansen tried to block a Pride Fest from being held at a Franklin park. She tried to pressure sponsors to drop funding for a Juneteenth celebration in Franklin, and she opposed erecting historical markers to mark spots where lynchings had occurred.
Do you have anything in common with her as far as you know?
I do not. I do racial equity and work that supports all people and all the beautiful expressions that people show up in life. And so I certainly do not want to be associated with anything like that.
And that image from the so-called meet and greet, it turns out it too was apparently lifted from the web. Instead of being taken in Franklin, it was also from Chicago. Hansen has now deleted it from her social media.
Any message you would have for her?
I would encourage her to go make genuine friends so she can take photos with those folks if she's looking for supporters. There's no need to comb pictures on the internet to make up a story. None of us need that.
Just as the story was posted online today, Gabrielle Hansen finally called me back. In one of the more bizarre conversations I've ever had, she and her campaign manager argued that federal law somehow lets them post whatever they want on social media, and that what I was doing amounted to, quote, stalking. So we've posted the video online, figuring people deserve to see it for themselves.
And again, the women with whom you spoke are emphatic. If they lived here in Cabo, they would not support her.
Yeah, that's right. And in the words of one, not if she were the last candidate on earth.
That's very clear.
Yeah.
Phil, thank you.